Do, do, what shall I sing? Shall I sing for you,
I would
Lorraine?
imagine Helen's on by now saying, please don't sing at
It's
all.
Sunday. Do you want me to sing my Sunday song?
No.
Oh. Well, don't say I didn't offer.
But you know, it is what it is. I don't know
And
if we've
what it
got
is
anybody in
not
the house
true.
just yet because I was quite late sending out the invitation.
I don't know. Slacking, Lorraine. Slacking. That's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I was busy.
That's okay. I still maintain you are not Lorraine. You've been taken over by aliens in your body. Who are you? Where is the real Lorraine? Will the real Lorraine please stand
There's the
up?
proof. There's the proof. Socks.
Lorraine would
A pair of
never. She would
socks.
never knit socks, and she certainly wouldn't manage to do both of the socks. I mean, they are a
Yeah.
lovely pair of socks.
And they're kind of matchy. Not perfectly so, but
Enough.
not when you get to the toes, but the visible bits sort of are.
Yeah. They're lovely. I really like those.
Yeah, it's James Brett Woodlander. It's a yarn I really like, and it's one they've discontinued. It's a double knit, and it's super soft. And it's lovely, gentle striping colours, which are great for baby knits and things like that. And
It's the one you showed us on Thursday.
yeah, and there's a lady who does crochet stuff who's bought quite a bit of this off me over the years.
Mm. And
And
what
then
else do we have?
we have the hat that I made first. It's the
Mm.
ribbed for my pleasure, obviously, because no one else's pleasure matters.
That is lovely.
Folded brim,
Yeah.
no ends woven in.
Woven,
You can
schmoven. Who needs ends? Look at that
simply
crown.
enough crown.
It's nice. Really like that. Are you going to wear that tomorrow morning on your dog walk?
Yep, and one sock and the hat, and that was one ball.
Goes a long way.
Does I had to wind a bit on the other ball to get the matchy matchy. So that was the bit that I wound off. That's what's left, and in sock.
Beautiful. Un chaussette.
Sorry.
Un chaussette.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
One. Just one pair.
One or two.
So I'm planning to make Mary Dear's Ultimate Answer socks next
Oh.
in Aran weight yarn.
What do those look like?
Bear with me.
I don't think anybody watching us will believe that you have knitted a pair of socks without being overtaken by aliens.
It was mentioned earlier that that might be a possibility, or that George could have hacked my account
I think George,
and was just lying.
he's just been playing games. That's what it is. Waiting to see if anybody
Having his own.
realizes.
Right, I'll share screen now.
Go for it.
So this is the ones I'm planning next.
Oh, that's
Ul- ul-
lovely.
Ultimate Answer socks. I'm assuming they're called that because of the number of stitches. The answer to everything is 42.
Yeah. And they're blue.
They are blue.
What more could you want out of life?
I like the sort of reverse stockinette triangles on the front.
They're really nice. I like those. How were they knitted? Do they from the cuff or from the toe?
That's a good question.
Do we have the ultimate answer?
I'm not sure we do.
Oh no.
It says on the pattern page,
Yeah.
top cuff down.
Oh,
So
right.
there you are.
That's my favourite way to knit socks.
I don't really have a favourite way to knit socks because I don't generally knit socks, but I have knitted toe up and cuff down, and I just follow the pattern. I just No. And when I did the pattern for the wheat sheaf ones, I did those cuff down. But that's my only sock pattern.
So what you're telling me is not only have you succumbed to the weirdness of 2021 and been overtaken by aliens and knitted a pair of socks, but you're going to actually plan to knit another pair. Not only have you like got an itch that you've scratched and this weird thing just came over you and you did it out of nowhere, what's worse is now you're actually planning another pair.
Yeah, in Aran ways.
Yeah, but you're still planning to knit socks.
I know. I think if I'd said, actually, I'm going to do another 2 pairs in fingering weight, I would phone the police because there's something seriously wrong. I would have to be at gunpoint, I think.
I'm still concerned about your health right now, even though they're in Aran.
Yeah, my mother, when I told her, went, what?
Is this some kind of new symptom for the new variant of COVID that we don't know about yet? Do we have to get hold of Public Health England?
I don't know. I'm just glad my temperature's regulated a little bit because I have been boiling all day. And Jake said, God, he said, have you got COVID or something? No, I haven't, because my actual temperature's fine. I've got no cough. I've got nothing else. I was just having hot flushes all day. So he's been upstairs hiding because I've had the windows open, the doors open. I've been out in the garden. But it's a damp day, but it's not a cold day. I was quite comfortable pottering outside with just this T-shirt on and no cardigan.
I'm just sitting in a T-shirt.
Yesterday, I sort of crunched my way through frozen gravel to get to the bin. Totally different today. I mean, there's no heating on. Not at all the heating on.
No, I don't think our heating's come on yet. We went for a walk yesterday in the park and nearly fell over a couple of times because the ground was where it melted and then refrozen. It was just treacherous. So it's definitely a lot warmer today. Anyway, yeah. Did you get a beverage?
I've got lukewarm builder tea.
Oh, right, okay.
I have a mug.
Yeah, never mind.
It's fine, it's drinkable. Once you've had kids, you can drink it at any temperature, can't you?
You can.
Except hot. So who's in the house today? Say hello. What beverage have you got? Have you got something on your needles or on your hook? Are you making something? Have you finished something off that you want to share with us?
Oh, definitely share.
If we ask Emma nicely, she might show us her shawl.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm still plodding along. So we've got white at the bottom, white garter at the bottom.
Is it white or is it creamy?
Well, creamy coloured, I think. I can't remember what it was called actually. I'd have to have a look. Then we've got grey, feather and fan, then light blue garter, then a darker blue in a lace, and now very dark, very, very, very navy garter. And then as soon as I got to the end of this, we'll be done and I can wear it. Woo -woo. Yeah. It's taken a while.
Is it a nice yarn? It's the Mila Mia, isn't it?
The Mila Mia. It is so soft. It's virgin merino. It is lovely.
All right. Does anybody want a link to the YouTube tutorial I used for? I can constantly go back to, because you don't get the sort of pointy ears that you get with socks when you're kitchening them sometimes. So I'll put that into chat.
Go for it.
For anyone else that's daft enough to make socks.
I love making socks. I just don't wear them very often. Strangely enough.
I really like to wear them. I'm wearing a pair of socks that Mary knitted for me.
Excellent.
That's another one of her designs. Let me see if I can find it and show you. I mean, I could just stick my foot, obviously, in front of the screen, but they're probably a bit mingy, having been in my trainers, my running shoes. What are they called? What are they called? It's
socks.
Not Tune the Ballet Mock Turtle. It's not that. A Walk Through the Woods.
Oh.
And these are the very socks that I am wearing. So I'll just share screen. These socks are on my tootsies as we speak.
Are they blue?
Yeah, greeny. Well, more greeny than they are in that photograph. But yeah, greeny
Lovely.
blue.
They're really nice.
I love the little lacy panel.
Looks like a bluebell.
And then they're sort of seed stitched or moss stitched down the sides.
They definitely look like bluebells to me. Love them.
Very, very pretty. And you see the little cable that goes down the side.
Yeah.
And goes nicely into the slip stitch heel. And yeah, just really lovely and comfortable to wear. It's the best fitting pair of socks I have ever had in my life.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, there's some blue ones, Emma.
Oh, blue. They're lovely.
Oh, a bit more of a close up there.
With the tootsies.
Yeah, and that looks like the toe is shaped to fit the foot.
Which is nice.
I think that's always an advantage. I've never done one like that. I just do the standard sort of toe, the easy toe that everybody knows.
Is there a song about that? Easy toe. Oh no, that's Easy Street, sorry.
Something like that.
Hmm.
So I've had somebody knitting my wheat sheaf socks this week, bless her. And she's 90 years old, and I think her daughter or granddaughter bought the pattern because they must have seen it on Love Knitting or somewhere. It's definitely not a Ravelry purchase. And she rang me up and she was, what does with yarn in back mean? What does yarn in front mean? Because it's unfamiliar.
Right.
Compared to when she used to learn to knit. And where they probably didn't just tell you, they just slipped the stitch.
Right.
Bless her. So she rang me about the with yarn in back, and then the day after, what's this with yarn in front then? So I explained that one. And then she phoned me again, and it was about turning the heel.
Right.
Do I go backwards and forwards? Well, yeah, it says worked back and forth. And then it says row 1, row 2, row 3, and which is the right side and which is the wrong side. Oh, I wondered what RS and WS meant, but bless. So I don't know whether I'll get another phone call on Monday or whether whether she'll ring me again when she's doing the second sock because she's forgot, bless her. But she was so lovely to talk to. I felt so like she was my friend by Friday.
You get the feeling though she maybe is a little bit lonely as well, and she just quite likes ringing up and talking to someone.
Very possibly, but she was really sweet, and she seems super excited over the cables and stuff. She was waxing lyrical about them, and I thought, well, that's fine. I'd rather she asked than sat there and was really confused or stuck with something. So that was quite nice. So what are you planning once you've finished your shawl?
I'm going to I've got a little headband in testing at the moment, and I'm going to make the baby size and send that to my granddaughter.
Right.
That is the very next thing that I'll be making, but that'll only take me an afternoon. After that, I don't know. I haven't got a plan.
But no, I need to write up the pattern for the hat. I mean, I've got the sort of rough notes of what I did and when and what the measurements were.
Oh dear, this is
me keeping me awake, aren't you? Terrible. So yeah, stitch counts and things like that, all of that's ready, and how I did the crown and what the decreases were and all of that. That's all written out, so I just need to put that into one of my hat templates and then measure it flat, measure it stretched.
There you go.
What head size it'll fit up to, and what yarns are used, and what gauge I got, and how much weight, and so on. Well, I used Cascade 220 for the grey ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So on one of the hats, it felt more like using double knit, but on the other hat, it felt more like using Aran. And there's a lot of people say they struggle to get gauge with Cascade 220.
Yeah, it is a bit hit and miss. I've used it on quite a few things.
So I figured if I put the gauge in and then I put maybe a 10 or 15% extra for the yardage just to be on the safe side, then I couldn't go far wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I'm probably, I don't know. I never really see a lot of finished sort of baby hats and things like that. Usually it's the adult sizes that people make in mine. And it is quite a bit of extra work to do the gradient and baby, toddler, child, and so on.
Yeah.
So whether I'll do that or not, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I might just give the advice for, deduct X number of stitches to get roughly the head size that you need with stretch. And then the important measurement is the sort of crown to the bottom of the earlobe. Take that measurement on the recipient and take 2 inches off, which is roughly where your crown increases start, and then you can calculate the length of your hat.
Well, I mean, what do people at home think? Do they knit baby hats? Do they want the sizes?
I'm never sure.
I've used little ones from the pattern before.
Oh, right, okay. I mean, there's a lot of people say that they buy sort of tin can knits patterns because they nearly always go from baby, sometimes newborn, right the way up. And I can absolutely see why that adds tremendous value. But if you can't see people making them, it makes you wonder if it's worth the work.
Maybe put the feelers out and ask.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow's question on Instagram.
There you go. There you go.
And see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So it was lazy lunch today.
Excellent.
Jake wanted garlic bread slices out of the freezer, just roughly warmed in the oven.
Nice.
And beer battered fish fingers.
Sounds lovely.
Which he had in a sandwich with ketchup.
That sounds very nice. Can't beat a fish finger sandwich. I'm sorry.
I seem happy with it. I kind of feel like I want a bowl of soup or something.
We haven't eaten yet. We're going to have a prawn stir fry in a little while after I finish talking to you.
Oh, nice.
Looking forward to it.
So, who's cooking? Is it Callum or?
I'll cook today. I'll let him have a day off. He's been doing the cooking and I've been doing kind of the prepping and the cleaning up while he's doing it.
Right.
So, but he didn't go to bed until 10 o'clock this morning. Weirdo. I know, honestly. I've told him tomorrow or tonight he's got to go to bed by 5 o'clock because I've had enough of it. So who's with us? Are we just chatting away to ourselves here? Have we got anyone there?
Says we've got 6. But they might be busy knitting or crocheting for that matter.
There's comments.
Is there?
Yeah? Can you not see the comments?
No.
Do I have to read them this time then?
Try and refresh it again. All right, finally. So yeah, I've refreshed it. Isn't that weird?
That is funny, isn't it?
Oh, so Jackie's here. Hello. Michelle, lady's finally on the right shift to tune in again.
Oh, she's got a new job.
Rita says it's a good job Lorraine mentioned on Ravelry that she was making socks. Otherwise, the first site I had when clicking on would have been very disconcerting.
I mean, really, it's just wrong. Lorraine doesn't knit socks.
It is, isn't it? Morning, Jessie. Jessie McKittrick's in the house, and she's finished Amma knits. Do you remember that?
We need to see Amma.
So, yeah, let me just share the screen. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that fabulous?
That is amazing.
Let's have a closer look.
Look at those colours. Those tendrily things, I don't know, there's something about them that just reminds me of the Ood and Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Doctor Who, so it's wasted on me. If it's not Cybermen or Daleks that couldn't fly.
Right.
Yeah, beyond me.
Hang on. Let me have a look.
Beautiful.
Good Doctor Who.
Was it difficult to crochet, Jessie? Absolutely stunning. Catherine's in the house. Are you on coffee? You got a coffee, Catherine?
It's definitely time for coffee for Catherine.
Oh, and on the topic of cooking, Catherine harvested 2 heads of cauliflower yesterday from the
Oh.
garden, so she's going to make cauliflower soup. And Helen Curzon's here. She's busy ironing and tidying.
Oh.
Oh, Helen, I feel your pain. Catherine, I seem to remember a lot of the Slimming World ladies were waxing lyrical about, the Kraft cheese triangles, the little foil wrapped ones. Apparently they do a blue cheese one.
Huh?
And you can have 6 of those cheesy triangles as your healthy extra A. Or at least you could when I was still in group. And they mix that into their cauliflower soup, the blue cheese, and it's really lovely and creamy.
I can't do blue cheese.
I think you either love it or hate it.
Mm.
Oh yeah, Jessie says it's very oud-like.
Yeah.
So, she says it's a bit tricky at first to get the hang of it because it was a new technique to her, but it was fine once she got going. It looks fantastic.
It looks brilliant. It's for Jessie's daughter, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I like the way the self-striping yarn has worked as well.
It's worked perfectly.
Got kind of crochet. Is it just having a look to see if it says? Oh, it's Tunisian.
All right, cool.
I've done a tiny swatch of, but that's the extent of my knowledge, I'm afraid. Yeah, sorry to shock everybody with the socks, but I had an urge. It doesn't happen often.
You want to watch out for those urges. They can be dangerous.
I know. So wondering if I can make them into mittens and then people will stop freaking out. Can I? You think they'll get away with mittens?
It's too late now. It's too late. If you'd have stopped on the leg and thought about mittens,
yeah,
we might.
Cat's out the bag. I don't know what kind of fit they are, because other than when I got to finishing the gusset decreases, I haven't tried it on since. I just measured my foot and hopefully got the length right.
There we go.
Oh, Jessie says a kid is very pleased with Amanette. It's beautiful.
It is. I'd be really pleased if someone made me that.
Yeah, is anybody else tempted to have a go? I think that's really outstanding. So what's Jackie doing? Are you sewing today, Jackie? Or have you got your knitting mojo back? Michelle, I know you've been on the wrong shift to join us, but are you knitting anything? Are you making anything? Have you got anything to finish off? Or have you lost your mojo under the couch?
We've been doing a bit of a finish or frog thing, Michelle. So if you've got anything.
Yeah, if you need motivation to finish something, then definitely.
Catherine frogged some stuff, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Big, brave decisions, I think. Because it must be quite unnerving when you've got so far through with something and just think, no, it's not working.
What happened with the husband's jumper, where she wasn't sure she had enough yarn left?
Yes, but I think the consensus last week was that it was going to be a vest. Is it now a vest, Catherine?
We'd like to see.
Yeah, we do want to know. We want to see evidence.
We do. Oh, and also Helen was making a jumper for her son. Did that get finished?
Oh, yes. Was it for James or was it Edward?
So, yeah.
Was it Edward? Because it was green.
It was green with the brown edging, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, George just replied to your post and he says, once the gal ends, I don't know her.
He's blanked you. I love it.
Oh, no. Brilliant, isn't he? Right, Michelle says she's just finished a hat, going to start a hat for herself. Still needs to finish the jumper she was making them for Christmas. Well, did you say which Christmas, Michelle?
I don't think she specified.
Yeah, a Christmas.
Yeah, it will be a Christmas present. I'm sure that's what she said. It will be a Christmas present.
Oh, Jackie's looking through her fabric stash at the moment and planning for a mini quilt. And she's got more socks on the go for later, but they're fingering weight socks, 4-ply weight socks, not like me and my double knit and Aaron cheaty socks. Jackie does proper ones.
Proper socks. I love.
Yeah, like teeny tiny needles.
I do like making them. I'm getting a bit of an urge myself. You're all talking me into socks next, aren't you?
Helen Curzon says, this is me we're talking about. I am halfway down the first sleeve. Well done.
That's definitely progress, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Let me have a look. I think I've got some sock yarns here, actually.
Are you adding some extra length to the sleeve in allowance of sort of growth spurts?
Oh, growth spurts. I think I've had a growth spurt over Christmas.
Michelle is learning fast because she just said Christmas, not this Christmas, next Christmas or whatever. Now, Catherine says, my husband's sweater is still sitting on the living room table because I need to sort out the math / pick up stitches for the vest armholes, and they've been too busy with work. I also posted about 3 other whips that will remain sitting in their respective pots in the house for picking up whenever she's sat there, but I'm not committing to finishing this year. Well, that's good because you've got a plan and you know that something is either achievable or not.
I saw that post on Instagram. So there was a picture of her chair with a little bag next to it, and then there was one up in the bedroom and stuff. I love that. I need to do that.
I don't take knitting to bed.
I do. I sit in bed and knit.
No, I prefer not to take anything stabby into the bedroom.
Well, you know.
Old habits die hard. It's
not like you're going to get anyone, is it, really?
No, it might stab me.
Last night, Saturday night, in bed, in my PJs, with the knitting, listening to an audiobook. I mean, it can't get any better than that.
Don't know when my extension lead arrives tomorrow and I can plug in the huge telly in the bedroom.
Huge telly.
Then I'll be able to watch the Duke of Hastings in all his glory, won't I? Might look real size on that telly.
Oh my goodness. You won't get much sleep then, will you?
I'll be selling tickets for people to join me to watch it.
Now that could be interesting.
Well, you know. Stick to your own side.
Don't come over here.
Literally. Social distancing and all that. No, she's not going to add length because they'll tear them, but she can always take the contrast band on and add a bit of length if you need to. It's good to have a plan with kids for anything like that because they're always growing.
They are.
Sure as eggs are eggs.
So what do you think to this then? I just pulled this out of the bag. Do you remember this?
Oh,
I bought it at Yarndale. Mothie and the Squid. Yorkshire Dales, it's called. 75% superwash blue face leicester, 25% nylon.
I think that they're colours that would look beautiful on me. That's what I think.
No, they're definitely my colour. Look at that. Definitely for me. Brings out the blue in my eyes.
Kind of went down a rabbit hole earlier where I was looking on sort of new patterns added, and Fiona Hamilton McLaren, a little bit sheepish on Ravelry.
Yeah.
One of the mods had added a pattern, something crown. It's basically a cabled headband in a couple of weights of yarn. And then I'm looking at it thinking, yes, that's pretty. I can see why that would be popular. That would be a fun knit. That'd be a really quick gift. And then I looked at the yarn because I like the colours, and it's her own yarn.
All right.
I had no idea that she was a yarnie. So the next thing, I'm following this link and that link, and then it took me to the Etsy shop.
Oh, no.
Now, then it was one of those things where, when you see something and you just think of someone else and you just know that this is for them. Oh, the pattern's called Twisted Crown. So I'll take you on the journey that I went on.
Follow in your footsteps, shall we?
Yeah, we'll go down the rabbit hole together. Everybody hold hands.
Everybody might need, a torch or something to find their way back out.
Yeah, so that purple.
That is gorgeous. That's Caitlin's colour.
And I even like the grey. Not that I do grey very often. And I like this photograph just because it shows how you would wear it with a bit of a bun going on. And I like that she's not trying to hide any of the greys. So, you know, 10 out of 10. So then we get to this little bit sheepish yarn.
Wow.
I'm thinking, ooh. So then we go there. And then we go to the shop. And then we have to click shop again.
Okay.
Which took me to Etsy.
Yeah.
And I saw this. And I thought,
Hang on.
Emma.
I'm still stuck on a little bit sheepish.
Oh, it's because it's opened as a new window.
Yeah.
Wretched thing. Hang on. Stop that.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop
Tis
it.
No, that's not what I want to do. Share screen. Chrome tab. This, I think. So I ended up in her Etsy shop and I saw this and she's only got 2 in stock. And I thought, Emma.
That is just shocking. Are you trying to be an enabler again? I mean, come on.
Well, you know, it's that category of I saw this and thought of you. And
it's just too nice.
Look at the blues and the greens and that little mustardy bit and the speckles and...
Oh. Stop.
So, anyway.
Has she got other ones as well? Let's have a look. You can't.
I think I'll have to stop that. I'll probably have to share it a different page because Etsy seems to open everything in a new flipping window.
We just want to see some yarn porn.
Try, there we are.
Oh wow. Let's have a look.
Seems to be BFL.
Yeah, I like BFL.
I like it. And then there's your 2 there.
There's mine, yeah. Mine.
And then look at this.
That one's nice.
Water Sprite.
Oh, that's
she's got three of those. And I like the wee label.
With the little sheepy.
Yeah.
That's lovely stuff. And she had some nice stick markers as well.
Oh, there's all sorts on there. I just obviously got patterns and other things, but I saw those colours and I thought, So yeah. Well, it's got blue and it's got a bit of not blue as well on it.
Can't beat a bit of blue.
Catherine says Etsy does create quite the rabbit hole, partially because of all the new windows. Yeah, that really drives me nuts.
We didn't lose anyone while we were down there, did we?
As if I can't use the back button.
I know. It's annoying. You know you can't.
I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of where I was earlier. I thought, have a quick look, see what there is.
So have we I don't think we've looked at the new releases recently. Was there anything nice there?
There was a couple of interesting things. I showed you the cardigan by Anne B. Hansen that I liked last week.
Yeah. I never get organised in time to release anything in January.
I've got 3 patterns ready to go. I just had to make sure that I got my tax returns and a couple of other bits sorted out this week with the accountant.
Right.
AKA Mike.
Oh, look at that barnyard jumper for the little kiddies.
Isn't that cute?
Wow.
And then this little Easter gift bag things.
Oh, God. Are we talking about Easter already?
Well, you know,
generally
it seems to come out straight after bonfire night now.
I think so, yeah. Oh, the little bunny.
Isn't he adorable?
Oh, now that is cute.
I think I'm drawn to the colours as well. I love the blue and the grey and the brown with the yellow.
The little
and the little cables on his vest.
That is sweet, isn't it?
That's Elena Alexieva. I don't think I've heard of her before.
No.
There's Fiona's cowl.
Yeah. That one.
I quite like that. Looks nice and cozy. A Nordic balaclava, it says.
I always thought balaclavas covered your face and you just had your eyes out.
Nordavind balaclava. So I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe that's just if you're planning to rob your local convenience store.
Well, no, you know, at this time of when you need to cover your face, it's the fashion, isn't it?
It is. The noodle topper. I think that's
Oh,
nice.
that's interesting.
I like the colours.
That's very oudish as well.
Hmm. I'll have to take your word for it on that, but I trust your good judgment. She said, falling over it.
On the oudish.
I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah, it's that short rose.
And they're kind of lumpy, pleaty, almost.
Picked up on the back loops, weren't they?
Hmm. Interesting.
Definitely like an interesting construction.
Josh the bear. He looks a bit constipated, bless him.
Oh, poor guy.
Well, he does look stood sort of rather uncomfortably, doesn't he?
Maybe he's just got off his horse.
Very, very, very possibly. What else? I showed you the Anne Hansen one the other day, didn't I?
Yeah.
Quite like that.
What's this one? Oh, that's nice. Brioche.
Curious Labyrinth Cowl by Matt Akers. I really love those colours. What does everybody else think?
Nice colours, those. That's kind of your colour, isn't it?
Oh, Michelle says meep bun bun. She likes the bunny.
You've got to love a bun bun.
No shocks there. I thought Bun Bun was in trouble for having trashed the entire house.
Or at least just a new home recently, I think. Naughty Bun Bun.
These are quite attractive.
Oh, those are nice.
What do we think of those? Audebro mittens. Is that how we're saying it? I think.
I always go with your pronunciation. I'm rubbish.
Yeah, if it's going to be wrong, it might as well be my fault.
Yeah, why not?
I quite like that Kep hat. I like the tassel.
Me of the one Nina Knits designed. I like that one.
What, sorry?
That hat there, the style of it. Nina Knits has got one that's like that, and I love it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. She does have some amazing hats.
She really does. Oh, purple striped socks.
Socks?
Yeah, well, I think we're into socks a bit today, aren't we? They are cute.
I love the colours.
They are lovely. Wonder if that's just a self-striking or scraps or something.
Don't know. Self-striping sock.
Yay.
Have you seen the latest Nora Gorn?
That's nice.
I think it's the Twisted Stitch Source book. So there's 15 patterns in that book. I think Helen's got her cable source book.
Right.
Helen Gibson.
Yeah. Who must be out walking Billy at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're beautiful designs. I love that green now. Really drawn to that green.
And I quite like longer.
That one's sort of sweatshirty.
Oh, that one's nice. It's definitely a tendency for everything to be a bit shorter these days.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm down for that, really. I'd like to cover me lumpy bits.
I think it depends what you're wearing. If you're wearing a dress, you can get away with it, can't you? But if you're wearing separate trousers and stuff, it's just gapes at the back.
Trying to see if there's anything else leaps out. I mean, I love the colours of that.
Oh, look at those. Very
pretty. Really nice selection. I'm assuming that's skeins of solids with the multi that's got all of those colours in from a particular set. Should we have a look?
Yeah, go for it.
Eyelet lead. One skein of sock with a coordinated mini skein set of 5 minis. So that shows us one of the sets. That's beautiful.
It is lovely, isn't it?
Really like those colours. So where's that from? Yeah, not telling us. I mean, it says on the label, but that's neither else.
Spin Dye Premium, but it doesn't look like it's got a link, which is a bit disappointing.
It's naughty, isn't it?
That was a dead end rabbit hole, that one.
It was. It's not often we get one of those, is it?
We don't like dead ends.
No, I thought this was pretty. It's called it Rivendell.
Oh, I like that.
The Last Homely Home. I like the very subtle sort of kettle dye, semi-solid.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see a man in a shawl.
It is.
I'm struggling to see the point of this.
The only point would be is if you've got something that's covering your boobage underneath it, not that dress.
I kind of feel it says, "Here are my breasts, please take them."
It's very Regency, isn't it? Regency dresses used to do that. Here are my boobies.
I know. I don't like the fit at the back neck.
I like her hair though.
Oh, it's lovely, but I don't like the fit at the back neck. To me, it's too wide a neck. But
it just goes to show that I got completely distracted by something else, haven't I?
Yeah. Nobody here is surprised.
Ooh, squirrel.
I saw this and I love the cables.
It's a bit boxy though, isn't it?
It is, and it looks quite heavy. And it's super bulky and massively big. I can just imagine getting out in the rain with that or in the snow.
Is it me? Right. Does one side go down lower than the other side? It looks like she's buttoned it up wrong.
It does, yeah.
Sorry.
You often see this with sort of sample garments where maybe it's the way that they're stood, but if you look at some of the Stylecraft patterns in particular,
yeah,
they are absolute beggars for saying, "Oh, pick up 80 stitches for the front band and do the button band and do them every so many stitches," but they never tell you how many between each section of the garment.
Right, okay.
And a lot of people just pick up 80 stitches and then put the buttonholes and then realise that so many stitches in is an inch higher on one side than it is on the other.
Yeah.
Because nobody's told them to do it evenly or check that they've got maybe 30 for the bodice section and the balance for the rest, or you know, they're left to figure it out and don't necessarily.
Yeah. Which is
that's quite pretty, very simple.
Yeah.
Manos del Uruguay collection. There's
yeah.
a few in this one that are sort of pretty. I quite like that cardigan, very simple. Has anybody used, I think it's Serena yarn, that one? I just like that little detail in the very simple garter bands and nice easy raglans.
That's lovely, that.
So it's 2 strands of Serena.
All right.
So that's why you've got the marl, isn't it?
Yeah.
That makes a bit more sense now. But yeah, very pretty.
So there's a few bits and bobs around at the minute.
Yeah, I guess it depends. I mean, in terms of, have I got any further with my fix, frog, finish, forget it? I've sort of been through some stuff. I need to find which box my Daylin sweater is in and try it on and make a decision.
Yeah.
Whether I finish the sleeves or whether I rip it back and knit it again.
Yeah.
If it's still a reasonable fit, then I might even go for an elbow length sleeve or a 3/4 sleeve. I don't know.
Right. I've still not thought any more about my one. It's still sitting there.
Your cardigan.
My cardigan and the cowl still sitting there. I haven't made any thoughts about that. That one's get that for now.
It's because you're busy shawling though, aren't you?
I'm busy shawling, and also I've got a few patterns that are in various stages where the sample's done, and I just need to get the patterns finished and tested and everything. So I've got too much to think about at the moment. I've got no brain space for anything else.
Well, I think you should just do whatever works for you in terms of workflow. I think it's really easy to sit there and be awful to ourselves and say, I should be more productive and I should be this and I should be that. Well, I should be ruling the world and it'd be a better place if I did, but I'm not. So in the meantime, I'll just knit.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's nice and relaxing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although at the point where I had 5 double point needles on the go doing gussety bits, and I was sort of swearing at these under my breath.
See, I don't use double pointers no matter what I'm knitting. Even if I've got just 2 or 3 stitches, it's still magic loop for me, I'm afraid.
I didn't want to go upstairs and get the massive toolbox that has all of my needles in.
Right.
If I could have been bothered to go and do that, I could have got some circulars out and I'd have been quite happy working with 2 circulars. But then I would have been tempted to do them 2 at a time, which usually nearly always results in baby trousers.
Well, yeah.
Instead of swapping balls of yarn to think, right, I'm on second sock, it's this yarn and it's at the back. And no, what I tend to do is make baby pants. So what I did was did the cuff and the first inch of stockinette for one, and then the cuff and the first inch for the other, and then did down to the heel flap, and then the heel flap, and then the same on the other, and counted my rows each time, and it got to the
same. Terms in knitting, they're a little bit dubious, aren't they? I always feel like I'm in a Carry On movie when we start talking about fingering
and gusset decreases and
some flaps and
yeah.
Yeah. Just me.
No, it's our childish British sense of humour.
I think it could be.
Sit there giggling away at patterns. It's years of Carry On films and
I want to sit there
Benny Hill and Les Dawson and Malcolm and White.
You know, and I want to half say the word when we go, not actually say it.
And I think if you've ever watched Hot Fuzz, with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, where they're talking about this particular lady and the fingering is mentioned in a whole different context. To remember watching that with Jake and having a mug of tea and just sort of go, what? I think he was about 18 at the time and just collapsed laughing, and then he'd seen it anyway with his dad, so it was fine. But yeah, I just thought it was really funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
But yeah, totally different context, and that's the problem, isn't it, with my English isn't your English.
Or my sense of humour isn't your sense of humour, because it's obviously just me finds it funny, not, you know, well, like you say, it's our British, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. We just have to make it work, don't we? So I've still got Bearbury, which is Isabel Kramer's V-neck sweater that we looked at the other day.
Oh yeah.
In my cart, I haven't pressed on that one yet, and the Anne B. Hanson Twigs of Winter cardigan.
They have been sure in the cart for a little while.
Yeah, I do like to keep them there for a bit, and I know there were at least one of them had a discount code on it, but I thought if I want it, I'll just buy it when I'm ready to actually knit it. I'm not that mithered. I know I will get it. It's just whether it's this week or in a few weeks, and it's, you know, £1.50 or something. It's neither in nor there.
You know, we were talking about who's got the oldest whips. We should ask who's got the oldest thing in their basket, because I've got 3 that have been in there for at least a year.
In the sort of timeout basket.
Well, no, just in my basket, waiting to be checked out. At least a year they've been sitting there, me thinking, am I going to buy it or not buy it? Buy it or not buy it?
Right, I'm with you. I don't know. Because I generally empty the cart before the gift along.
No, mine is still there from before the gift along.
Because I don't think my nerves could cope with the number of patterns that I had if I had sort of 9 or 10 sitting there that I'm doing that about. On top of all the gal ones that I've thrown in the cart.
Well, you know, at least a year. At least. I still can't. Well, I think it's a bit like what you said. I'm not quite ready to knit them. So I think what's the point of buying them yet? Maybe next month.
I think for me, unless there's a technique or different method of construction or something where I think, yeah, I'm curious about that and I want to actually read the pattern before I do anything else, then I might buy it now, and it could be years later when I make it.
Yeah.
Or I might never make it because I was just curious, wanted to understand it, and now I understand it, and that's kind of that. It might never happen.
Yeah.
But those are 2 serious contenders of things that I would wear quite a lot, and I do like to make my garments and wear them. So.
Didn't you say the other day you were going to limit the amount of garments you're making?
Sorry?
Didn't you say the other day you were going to limit the amount of garments you're making?
Designing.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Not in terms of making, because I usually make myself half a dozen garments throughout a year.
Yeah. But then as long as you're wearing them, it's not a problem, is it?
Yeah, I think the only thing I haven't worn since I finished, well, no, I have worn it around the house, but not out of the house, is the Hollyhock cardigan. It's the White Pepper cardigan by Alicia Plummer.
Right.
I did mine in Hollyhock Special Aran with wool. It's like a heathery lilac-y colour.
Yeah.
I haven't found the right buttons for it yet, so it's got no buttons, so I haven't worn it like to the shops or visiting or something like that.
Well, the problem is at the moment you can't go to the shops and browse the buttons in boys and things, can you?
No, I mean that is the difficulty. There are so many places that we can't go.
Yeah.
So here we go. Right. Michelle, Bum Bum was definitely called Minty Pie Crust when she trashed the house. Catherine loves DPNs but didn't enjoy Magic Loop. Like 2 socks, 2 circs. Then last July bought a 9-inch circular to try a different way, but not been brave enough to try it out. I've got a 9-inch circular, but it's a 2.5 or 2.75 mil. I don't enjoy working with that fine yarn. And I'm 2/3 of the way through a mitten, and they've just ended up being put in a corner. I did like the circular needle though; it was super handy.
Yeah.
But I didn't love the project enough to complete it. Jessie says she's got a brioche shawl that she's trying to decide about. Started it to learn the technique, but it's plain, so she's now getting a bit bored, and particularly because she's finding brioche tedious. Even though she does like the results. The yarn is perfect for it, so she thinks she should just keep going. But another part of her thinks, great, I've learned it, I can try different brioche with the same yarn. And part of me wants to come up with some new element to add to the current shawl to jazz it up a bit. Maybe have a look and see what different ideas are out there, Jessie, because there might be the perfect shawl to maybe do colour work. Oh, she's laughing and she says Hot Fuzz was brilliant. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, for the greater good. That's and I am on the parish council, so just be careful. Catherine says I empty mine as to her cart before the gift along. Figure my queue is where I put the indecision will do later patterns. My indecision patterns do definitely go into the cart for most.
Mine do.
Yeah, And sometimes they come out of the cart and they go back in again a week later. Something makes me think, oh yeah, yeah, I did like that one.
And
Or
that's
someone
also,
else made it in a colour that speaks to me. You know.
I'm afraid I'm still stuck on you talking about the needles. I've got in my head now. I'm sorry. It's my sense of humour again. You didn't enjoy the 9 inches?
No. Very thin 9-inch needles were not pleasant.
Didn't rock your boat?
No. No, I mean, the part of it was that I would generally use a 12 or a 16-inch for something like that.
Really?
And you've got enough needle tip to pull out of the work. Emma's dying laughing here. Look at her. To pull out, so the tips are showing. You're not losing any stitches. What I found with the 9 inches is that when I put the work down, I come back to it and the stitches are sneaked off like really naughty little beggars. But Carol says she loved her 9-inch. See, can you hear the sniggering? Helen says it was the 2.5 she didn't enjoy. Exactly. They were too thin. I obviously like a bit of girth on my needles.
Never mind the length. It's all about the width.
Well, you know, Henry and all that. What can I say?
I'm sorry.
Catherine's dying laughing.
Too much watching of the Duke. We need to stop watching the Duke.
Carol says that you're incorrigible, Emma.
I can't help it.
It's what can I say?
Once I get something in my head, it just refuses to leave. There's nothing more to say on that subject, is there, really?
We were at Weight Watchers years ago, my mother and I, Target members and all that, and the lady's doing this talk about portion control. And she says, can anybody tell me what 8 inches look like? And I just looked at my mum and muttered, said, I can just about remember. My mum was on the floor laughing. And this woman, it took her about 10 minutes to calm everybody down and get the room back. I could just feel daggers across the room.
But there was a comedian, and I can't remember who it was. It's either, you know, someone like Alas Smith and Jones or someone like that. And they used to go, large portion, yes, please.
Classy.
Classy.
Jessie's laughing now.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I haven't even been on the wine today. I had tea. I promise there was nothing in there.
Yeah, okay. Just
Sunday afternoon.
3 or 4 drops of cannabis oil before you started.
Actually, Callum bought some Dead Man Fingers passion fruit flavoured rum this week, which is very nice with the fizzy orange.
I wondered where you were going when I heard the words Dead Man Fingers.
Dead Man's Fingers. They've got all sorts of flavours of Dead Man's Fingers.
Mm. Okay.
Moving swiftly along.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where to go with that one.
Isn't there's a challenge somewhere where you have to have a drink with there's a finger in the bottom of it and you have to not swallow it. I've seen it on the telly somewhere. It's one of these man versus food things. Oh, I know I've seen it on the TV. Somebody drank it.
No, that's just
where
did they get?
What's he called? From Pointless, Alexander
McGowan.
No. The guy who does Pointless.
I don't know.
He went somewhere on a road trip, and it was a few weeks. It was sort of like the North Pole or something. I'm sure it's like a little snifter of whiskey or something, and there is a toe, not a finger. There's a toe in it. And this toe is like 100 years old, and it's a challenge, and people just go in there to drink this drink.
Why?
to say that you've done it. I don't know. Why do you do lots of things?
Alexandra Armstrong, Michelle says. Well done. I'm glad someone's paying attention.
I'm
Gold
sure
star there, Michelle.
I'm sure.
Yeah, one, I probably wouldn't watch something like that. I don't really do the reality TV thing, but yeah, why?
I know.
I mean, I get told off in the shops for saying to Jake, "Don't forget the toenail yogurt," which is what we call hazelnut yogurt because it's got those kind of little chewy bits in as the chopped nuts.
Right.
It's like having a mouthful of toenails or something, toenail clippings.
Oh.
And it's my friend's husband who started that. Gosh, that must be 30 odd years ago.
Sounds pleasant.
So yeah, you'd be wandering around us to go, don't forget the toenail yogurt, and you pick up the hazelnut and everyone's like putting it back on the shelf.
Yeah, don't do that. Oh.
It's just the bits.
No, not my idea of something nice.
All right, so Catherine says, very gross, the sourdough cocktail.
See, I told you I wasn't making it up.
Oh my God, Jessie's just put a link in for the sourdough, so we'll have to have a look at the wretched thing now. It was stolen.
Oh no, wasn't swallowed.
Oh, Chrome seems to be having a hissy fit for a second. Oh,
dear.
come on.
See, you thought I was making it up, didn't you?
I did. It's just completely frozen on me.
Oh dear.
I have no idea where we owned it.
Because nobody would want to do it. Well, I mean, I suppose people do want to do it because they do, but any sane person wouldn't want to, I don't think.
Yeah, I can't imagine what's going on. I mean, my computer obviously did not like the thought of the
your computer, like, you do not want to look at that. I am saving you from yourself. Would you like to look at this yarn instead?
Yeah, what is it doing? There's something running in the background that's sucking on the CPU. But yeah, Chrome is completely locked up on me.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm not attempting any of this screen sharing stuff. Last week I had a right nightmare with it.
You're right. Well, I can't even get into leave the meeting.
Oh, we can be here all night. Yay! Marathon.
I think we might be here all night. It's just completely locked in a loop. I'm assuming we're still live on Facebook, but I'll probably have to.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah, I'll probably have to go in and into the app to knock us off.
Okay. So does that mean it's time for me to sing? Because I've got a stir fry to make now, you know, with no dead man's toes in it.
No dead man. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right.
On,
Creeps.
You know, for you, is the equivalent of dead man's toes, I should imagine.
Okay, so where are we? Oh, there's the live. So I'll just turn off the volume.
You see now?
Yeah, I don't think it will even let me stop that. I don't.
Well, I have to do it.
I think you'll have to. I don't know. Maybe if I just stop Chrome altogether.
We're going to be here all year. Well done.
Yeah, it may be an abrupt ending. That's all I can say, everybody. So bear with me.
We will be going at some point. We're just not quite sure when. Oh, I think we've lost Lorraine. Is anybody out there? Am I still there?